All right, we are back on another episode of the GhanaWeb Mundial right here on GhanaWeb TV. We are streaming on GhanaWeb.com and on YouTube. You go to GhanaWeb TV and you get the streaming live. On Saturday, the whole of Africa, we celebrated the victory as the Atlas Lions of Morocco became the first team from this continent to get to the semi-finals of the FIFA World Cup. And a lot of people were saying that Morocco started the journey in 1986 as the first African country to progress from the group stages of the World Cup. So nothing was surprise to a lot of Africans, but still where we had to jubilate. Lionel Messi also qualified with Argentina. Brazil were sent home. Croatia went to the semi-finals. France also did the justice against the English national team. So the final four will be France against Morocco, and then Argentina will be playing Croatia on Tuesday. We are here to discuss what happened on Saturday, what the Moroccans did right against Portugal. Cristiano Ronaldo's claim to be a GOAT might be over if Lionel Messi gets his hand on the trophy on Sunday. We'll be discussing a lot and what the Moroccans did right, what Ghanaians can learn from all of this going on. My name is Joel Leshend, and we'll go for a quick break. When we come back, we start the Mundial.
The World Cup promises to be exciting, and there's no better place to catch the thrills and fun than Ghana's leading online platform, GhanaWeb.
From training ground reports, camp news, pre- and post-match analysis, and other human interest stories from the Mondial, GhanaWeb got you covered with expert views from journalists, current and retired footballers, and of course, our cherished readers and viewers.
Catch all the action on GhanaWeb and GhanaWeb TV.
Na wo ba so nya sai say
Obek Hanukre. Now, Susu Sang, I dear one to Nambia, a man in quite bebre.
Mommy, you face can see about Kotoso. No, Mammy, I cook on Sana. Mipoga, send me sick from Lemonade Finance and let me £2.
Lemonade Finance.
Say they're sending money back home from UK, Canada, and now US. I accepted a instant charges. Exchange waiting in Sudia. A unbeatable. Resume promo code no. Dr. Likey. Nenya £10, $10, and now $10 Canadian. What first transaction? What they send this car coffee no? Dial to Lemon and Finance.
Back from the break, this is GhanaWeb Mundial. We are streaming on GhanaWeb.com and on YouTube. Go to GhanaWeb TV and you get the streaming there. Today we'll be discussing the quarterfinal results. Morocco is now the beacon of Africa. It used to be Ghana 12 years ago, but we couldn't take our chances, and now the Atlas Lions are part of the final four. To join me, though the discussion today is my colleagues here at GhanaWeb, Joseph Adama Fioni. Adama, good morning. Emmanuel Enin, good morning, and thanks for joining me here.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Joseph, have you recovered from the heartbreak on Saturday being a Ronaldo fan?
It wasn't a heartbreak seeing an African team go through against Ronaldo. For me, I think that the thing for Ronaldo ended after what he did against Ghana, that penalty, which I felt was very disappointing. A ghost like him shouldn't have gone down the way he went down. But it's all for the records that he wants to gain. Now he has gotten the records, but no World Cup to show. Yeah.
Iman, how's your weekend?
Yeah, I had a great weekend. I mean, starting from Friday, seeing Argentina go through, with the way they won, it was a nervy moment for me because I was rooting for Argentina, and to see them lead 2-0 and then concede 2 late goals, travel to penalties. Penalties are 50-50, but still they managed to pull through. So I was really, really happy. And I mean, Morocco capped it off for me with the 1-0 win. I was surprised because I wasn't expecting them to win, but with the way they played and the determination and all that, they grabbed the win, and I was really, really happy. So it was an exciting weekend. Hopefully, it will continue throughout the week.
Exciting weekend. Are you sure it's only football related?
Yeah, it's only football related this time. No, because I didn't do any investment.
I'm not talking about investment. See,
in
when you say it was a good weekend, we are asking.
Oh no! Oh, it was just football related. No. Like, I'm single now.
Let's continue.
Yeah, so it was an exciting weekend to see Morocco lift the flag high. I mean, they are now the talk of the town. They are making Africans proud and all that. So yeah, it was.
All right, Niadama, let's go into the Morocco game. I think for a lot of people, the decision to bench Ronaldo and play Goncalo Ramos it worked against Switzerland, but going into the Morocco game, they believe that he should have started Ronaldo because Goncalo for 45 minutes didn't get any attempts at goal, but when Ronaldo came, at least he got one that it took Yacine Bono to make another good save to deny Ronaldo. On the day, what did Fernando Santos do that you think he could have at least chose a different option?
Well, I believe that Ronaldo should have started that particular match against Morocco. You are going to play against an African side who definitely know the threat that Ronaldo brings into matches. And for you to have the 5-time world best player in your team and bench him, my goodness. Roger Miller was how old when he went to the World Cup? Yes, still he came on to play some good football and was able to contribute to the game to help Cameroon score a goal in the quarterfinals. So come to think about it, that Ronaldo was being benched for Goncalo to play. I think that was what gave Morocco a sigh of relief, because having Ronaldo on the bench, definitely he coming on as a substitute, the players knew that, okay, Ronaldo is done. So we can just go ahead and win the game. And I like the mentality of the Moroccans. If Ghana had the same mentality in 2010, I don't think we'll be here saying Morocco is the first African team to win, to reach the semi-finals. We'll be probably here saying that Morocco is the second African team, because the mentality, the concentration was what Ghana lost back then in 2010. And I'm so proud that the Moroccans have been able to remain resolute and endured a lot, like making sure that they don't concede goals in matches. Like, I'm going through their records, and the only goal they
conceded one. That was an own goal. I think he was scored by
against Canada.
Against Canada.
So looking at the fact that Ronaldo started from the bench, even their coach Santos, I think he hasn't tried for Ronaldo. Manchester United can treat a Ronaldo like that, but for what Ronaldo has done for Portugal, playing for the national team over the years, starting at the age of 17, if I'm not wrong, came through all these years, help you win the Euros, and now this is how you pay back your best player in the team, your captain of the side, that you have to bench him. Do you think Argentina would have done the same thing to Messi?
But in terms of play, they say Portugal, did they play better without Ronaldo? They
played better without Ronaldo. Why didn't they score the goals? It was the goals that mattered. Okay, you meet South Korea. You hammered South Korea in that match. Now you meet a team.
Switzerland.
Switzerland. Sorry. You meet what's the name? Morocco. This is a team that is rock solid in defense. They've not conceded as many as 2 goals at the World Cup. They've gone games undefeated. And you want to win that match, and you bench Ronaldo. Do you know why? At a point in time, Thomas Muller was playing at the 2014 World Cup. It was all because of the threat that he brings into matches. And I think that was what sent down, Portugal. You were playing, how do you call it, Pepe, but you benched Ronaldo. Why?
Ivan, we can talk about what the Portuguese did wrong, but Coach Walid seems to have a plan. And every game, it seems Morocco are doing the right things, right from their opening game against Croatia. What did the magic for them against Portugal? Because for me, I think that the game was decided by the two goalkeepers.
Yeah.
Yashin Bono on the day was superb. Diego Costa,
on the other hand,
was all over.
One mistake, and they considered from that mistake. So I think, first of all, we should commend the Moroccans. It's been an all-round performance from the team. Now, they played a Portugal side that has, they've already hammered Switzerland.
Yeah.
And they went into the game without Aged because he was injured. Yeah. With Roman Saiz being half fit. But you have Yamek step in for Aged, delivered. At a point, Roman Saiz had to come off for Benon to replace him, and he replicates the same performance that Saiz will give you. So, first of all, it's an all-round performance. Now, Mazraoui didn't play. Atiatala played, and he assisted the goal. Yeah. So, it tells you that it doesn't matter who starts or who comes from the bench. Whoever comes to replace a player will give you a dedicated performance, 100 performance that you won't miss your first choice. Yeah. Aside that, the other thing that helped Morocco is determination. Now, when they are playing, you can feel that they are playing for a cause. They want to achieve something. So even if they have to suffer the 90 minutes to get what they want, they are ready to suffer. And that's what you get from Coach Walid. You see, if you listen to him during post-match and press conference, that's what he gives you. He gives you that vibe, that determination, giving the players a strong mentality. And after the game, he said he almost cried, but he didn't want to cry in front of the players because he wants them to see that he is strong mentally. So if you have a leader like that, he gets everyone along. And I think those are the two things that's driving Morocco. Aside that, they have quality players. We shouldn't downplay that. You have Boufal, you have Hakimi, you have Ziyech, you have Nesri, you have Amrabat, super player.
Has there been any better defensive midfielder in this?
For me, he's my best midfielder in the tournament. And there's one player we are not, acknowledging that much. Unahi.
Okay.
Unahi, the number 8. He is a very good ball juggler. Because Amrabat is a distributor and he's the destroyer. Yeah. He needs somebody who can carry the ball when he releases the ball to him. And Unahi is doing that job to perfection. The way he carry on, try to win fouls in offensive areas to release pressure of the Moroccans. So it feels like in every department of the pitch, they have good players there. If not top players, they are players who can play to their limit and deliver. And that's what's helping them. For me, I like their run to beat Belgium, to beat Spain, and now Portugal. I mean, it's been a good run, and it's one for the ages. We are going to talk about this until the end of the world. And we are yet to see probably Ghana. Maybe Ghana can repeat this run. But
be serious.
Saturday, after they qualified, I started to reminisce the 2010 issue, and I was really, really disappointed. Although I was happy for Morocco, I was disappointed because I felt like this should have been us. We were this close.
And you see, I was in the office, and then when the final, because see, when they scored the goal, when I was doing the live update after I announced the goal, the only thing I said was, of all the 3 African countries who had played in the quarterfinals before them, they all scored the first goal.
They all scored the first goal.
So can they hold on to it? And then in the second half, when the chances started coming and Yashin Bono came to the party, it was 10 minutes. And then, so you see, if you check the 2010 Ghana I think Uruguay got the equalizer 10 minutes after the second half.
Yeah, after the second half.
Yeah. So when it crossed the Ghana time, I said, okay, they are going there. And then
they are getting closer.
Senegal versus Turkey. The Turkish got the equalizer, I think a minute to the 80th minute. They crossed the 80th minute, and I was like, okay, then we are going to 1990 because England got the equalizer in the 89th minute. But and
you see, I think that their defensive structure. Now they are being coached by a coach who was a defender.
Yep.
So he knows his way around the defensive areas. Now, how they limited the Portuguese, they didn't have too many clear-cut chances. Take the Ronaldo chance out.
Aside and one thing I want to point out. You guys remember the last chance?
Yeah, that Morocco
Morocco had. Yeah, I feel like they could have won more than one goal.
If that guy missed the way he missed that opportunity, and Portugal maybe got the equalizer, I'm sure that guy, but that guy would have gone down like just the way Asamoah's name went into history. Because that was one of the biggest chances in the game. It was even easier to score than the goal they scored.
But we have to commend them. Yeah. Their defensive structure has been superb.
For me, what stands out is the ability to remain focused, playing the game as if they are the ones who are rather considered a goal, trying to create more chances in the game, not only defending. And I like the way Amrabat plays. He distributes the ball, makes sure that he wins the 50-50 ball. Like sometimes you watch the game and you realize that
it is the calmness for me that because he wins the ball in the 18-yard box, and he's not in a hurry to kick the ball out.
Yeah, because he's a good player when the ball is at his feet. He's a good distributor. They are defensive midfielders who don't believe in their ball playing abilities, but here's Sofiane Amrabat who believes in his abilities. So he can hold on to possession no matter the situation he finds himself. He can find a solution to it. And you can talk of his passing combination with Hakimi, often on the right, and how Ziyech will drop back to form the triangle, play themselves out of dangerous areas. I mean, it's superb. And you sit back and you look at these players and you realize they are all the diaspora players. It's not like they were born in Morocco. Yeah, but the dedication they show on the pitch, you feel they were born in Morocco.
Yep.
But they weren't. But we have, I mean, our brothers who.
Okay, and I want to ask you, what can we learn from Morocco as a country? Because Imam mentioned that Ziyech, Hakimi, Amrabat were not born in Morocco. But Unai, Nesri, Agued, and the other guy, they are products from the Mohammed V Academy that they built some 13 years or 15 years ago. What can we learn from what the Moroccans are doing? Because with the exception of the AFCON, that they were eliminated in the quarterfinal by Egypt, and we know that in the AFCON, if Egypt kick you out, it's not really a big deal. It's like Madrid eliminating you in the Champions League. Aside the AFCON, entire 2022 has been about Morocco.
Well, I think that the unity, the fact that they don't discriminate is one of the things that stands out. I'm sure you guys got to know that they have a number of foreign nationals in their team after they won that match against Portugal and all that. It's all because from all this while we all thought, okay, these were homegrown players with a few, not knowing they had more players who had come in through nationality switch and all that. And you look at them and you realize that, wow, this is a team that looks like they've stayed there for long. But you take Hakim Ziyech, he wasn't part of the AFCON 2021 after their former coach said that what he said.
He retired.
Yeah.
Like, the way what we can take from this team is that the Black Stars has to stop that thing of saying this player is a home-based player or local player and this one is a foreign national, so let's play them and all that. If Daniel Friye-Barnier was given the opportunity to be in the Black Stars, for any of the 3 games. I'm sure he would have contributed in the absence of Inaki Williams, because he will come in with that strong mentality that he wants to do something for his brothers in the local scene. But I think one thing that we cannot dispute is the investment. They went to the AFCON 2021. You guys, I'm sure you remember, you make mockery of them that they went to the AFCON 2021 with a nutritionalist, and they came out of the tournaments at the quarterfinals and all that. Now look at how far they've gone. Now people are going down to dig the fact that they have barbers coming into their team and all that. They've made the right investment, and that is one thing you cannot take away from this Moroccan team. I've seen people starting their own conspiracy saying that the likes of Kenya and other countries, Madagascar, have all invested in football, but why have they gotten to? Ghana, we've not invested, but inshallah, and by the grace of God, that is how come we've done a little bit well. So imagine if we invest something small in our football. The GhanaWeb Soccer Center, look at what they went to play the Black Galaxies game on. That's how come you still don't have highlights of the match up to date, because they know that if they bring the highlights right now, we will definitely hit back at them saying that the soccer center is in a bad situation. They recently got investment from the Ghana Premier League to get them an AstroTurf. How far with the project? We are not doing that. Anytime the Blasters are in town, they have to go to a private hotel to go and sleep in. Meanwhile, when you go to Morocco, when you go to England that you watch, when you go to France that we all like, they all have their complex that they are playing.
I don't even want you to go to Morocco. Mauritania. Mauritania used their FIFA Gold project, $800,000. And they've been able to build a 4-star hotel
we don't have any excuse at all.
The 26 players who went to Qatar, we gave them 2.6 million appearance fee.
We don't have any excuses at all, because look at what government is even doing for communities, building AstroTurfs and all that. If I was the GFA, quickly, I'll make coast football very active.
No, but a development plan for a country goes beyond the GFA.
For me, I think
that's what I'm saying, that government is also investing.
No,
look at Qatar. Today, people are saying that Qatar invested a lot, but they didn't win a match at the tournament. Okay, the player who scored a goal for them at the World Cup was Mohamed Muntari. He was part of their academy. Today, we will say they didn't do well. Give them 20, 30 years. And I'm telling you that Qatar might win one of the Arabian Cups.
But I'm saying that. You made mention of the 10 AstroTurfs that the government initiated. And we know the current state of those projects. The government themselves have abandoned those projects. So how do you...
There are different ones. I don't want to talk about. Let's stick to...
like in terms
football.
of...
Let's not go...
For me, I think in terms of what we can learn from the Moroccans is proper planning. Yeah. First, they had the vision. So we have to identify our vision in the next 5 years. What do we want to achieve? Now, the Moroccans sat down and they felt like our women's football is not growing, and our men's football is not getting the needed attention. So we have to draw a plan. So they started the plan, and now in 2022, they had their women's football team, national team, getting to the finals of the AFCON and qualifying for the World Cup. The under-20 qualified for the World Cup, under-17 qualified for the World Cup. Now their national team, which is the main team, is in the semi-finals. So it tells you that we first need to identify our vision. What do we want to achieve? It's not about 2024, I want to win AFCON. You say it and sit back. No. You identify your vision. Okay, I want to win the AFCON in 2024. So within that period, what am I going to do to achieve that feat of winning the AFCON? So for me, I think we should give ourselves maybe 10 years. Because from what I've seen from the Black Stars, now you look at the Black Stars and you can pinpoint about 5 players who were homegrown. Fatau Isahaku was from Steadfast. Now you have Kudus Mohammed, who went through the Dreams, the Right to Dream Academy. Gideon Mensah went through the Gumafete Final Academy. So it means that when we sit down and start maybe a project like an academy owned by the GFA, I don't know how they will do it. But if we spend the money right, set up an academy, have coaches, scout players, give ourselves about 10 years, 5 years, we will develop quality, talented players.
Yes, but
because Ali Dusedu played for an Ivorian academy that was based in Ghana. So it means that we have the talent in abundance, but the facilities to house them, nurture the talent, and grow them through the ranks, that is lacking.
Yeah.
And if you do that, you go to the AFCON, you go to major tournaments, you go and you fail.
All right. So you see, my question is: it seems the plan has been centered around the GFA, and my point is there is nowhere in the world that it was the Football Association alone who took
for real.
who took the initiative. Because even in England, in 1992, when they wanted to rebrand their football, it took investment from the government.
No,
even in our case,
I understand.
Listen.
And I'm telling you that government has done its part.
Which is.
They've given you AstroTurf. AstroTurf is here. We have two AstroTurf in Joel alone.
Is it for the government?
You see, no,
it's not for the government.
The point,
but they are government owned.
No, the point
for the
you guys
just go to Kaukudi. There's a government AstroTurf.
The point you guys are missing is that the government is doing its own project. The GFA is also doing its own project. But this is a case, it has to be together.
Yeah,
because the Moroccan FA and then the Royal of Morocco, they've come together to invest in football. Now in 2013, when the English FA declared that they want to play in the World Cup semi-finals, they want to win the Euros, they announced a 10-year plan. The English FA announced a 10-year plan. They had a backing from the government. So together they worked on it. Now we saw England winning the FIFA Under-17 World Cup. We saw England coming all the way to the semi-finals. We saw England in the Euros final. So it tells you that you don't do like the FA. Don't sit somewhere, decide, oh, we want to camp players at Pram, go do this, go do that. The FIFA Go project comes, oh, let's do this, let's do. No, it should be together.
Yeah.
The government and then the FA needs to reason together because the FA is in charge of football. So if the government want to do anything football, they need to contact the FA.
Yeah, but I'm saying that in our own situation as Ghana, we know the blueprint that was laid down by a certain government some 60 years ago.
See,
I'm
telling you that if we do all these things, when it comes to putting it into action, that is where we lack. We have a blueprint. When you go to from the former sports minister, what's his name? The one at Pram, the one that Sam George overtook him. E.T. Mensah. He has a blueprint. Back in the days,
what was the plan?
Let me tell you, in athletics, you have to go through school and everything, and they'll be monitoring you. That's how come that the relay team were able to do wonders back in the days.
No.
Football also had its own blueprint. There were players who were being even paid by governments. They were
in 1992.
Yes,
it was.
No, not 1992. Back then.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That
telling you
it was a certain government.
As at now.
Yes, it was a certain government.
As at now, when you play the 2014 World Cup, the money that the GFA earned, do you know if they've paid it to government or not?
No, see,
coordinating.
No, I'm saying that. If we are talking about the plan and then the Moroccan plan, it was something that is being rolled by the state because at the end of the day, even in our case, it's the state that does what? No. Bankroll the team.
Charlie? There's more to talk about.
I think that, yes, there was a blueprint. It qualified us to the World Cup for the first time in 2005.
That is how come that you have the likes of Derek Watson coming to the ranks.
We can start a new one. The last one qualified us to the World Cup, and then in 2010 it peaked. We reached the quarterfinals. We can start a new one. That plan, we had lots of talents. Suleiman Tari, Michael Essien, they played through the ranks in the national team. So we can start a new one. Yeah. That's our problem. And in starting the new one, the government and the GFA, they have to sit down and then lay down a plan. So the government will invest the money, and then the GFA will come up with a plan that will, where the monies will go. with that we can have a vision and we can have a goal to work towards it. But if the FA does,
let me say my last thing before we go
Okay.
through. You know what Morocco did to Ghana women's under 17 team?
They did what?
By coming up with their own investigation saying that we fielded a player who is how do you call it, the age cheating thing, that the player was said to have completed university and all that. If government and GFA are going to come together, they should make sure that the coast football as well as intercourse sports work
it's all part of the
very
plan.
well. As at now, there's a disjoint as because of the way our educational curriculum is. So if you are going to make it work, make sure the players come from the schools. ACN is able to say he's from St. Augustine's College.
Yeah.
Asamoah is able to say that he's from why. The day are you? Which school did you go to?
Oh, for-
no,
You
no,
when
no, but
see,
it doesn't
you know,
matter.
no, I'm saying
When
something.
you grow the players-
I'm coming from somewhere, so that tomorrow we'll not come and say that this player
no,
is not 20 years.
no, I'm
we,
saying that.
we should be doing the right
Joseph,
thing.
No, I'm saying that. As for age cheating,
No,
where we can have students and still they will
it's
cheat
not
with
about
their
age.
I'm
age.
It's
saying
not
that
about
I'm
age
saying that we should have a system that okay, if this player Kwabena Ejiri is making his name, we should be monitoring him from SHS, JHS.
yeah.
all
Now
the
the
way.
Moroccans have a perfect blend of homegrown players and then diaspora because they invested in their players and then they blend it. So we can reach that point.
All right, it's all about planning, and then just for me, I have a different opinion. I think that the government will have to take the first step, bring us the plan they want for Ghana football, and then if we see a plan from the government, and then the GFA does not fall in line, then we know who to go to, because at the end of the day, it's the government who is the financier of the national team, and the financier should be able to tell us what he wants to do with his money. No, not that we wait 2 or a month to a tournament and we say we are going to win it without any proper planning and then investment. You're still watching GhanaWeb Mundial on GhanaWeb TV. We'll go for a quick break. When we come back, we talk about the 3 Lions of England and France, where Harry Kane couldn't take a decisive penalty that resulted in their elimination from the World Cup. Argentina also qualified ahead of Netherlands. Croatia kicked out all favorites Brazil. We'll be back after the break.
Are you still searching for the right platform to share your voice, thoughts, and feelings? Then the GhanaWeb Reporter on the GhanaWeb app is the perfect app for you. It is Ghana's only citizen journalism and infotainment platform. Wherever you are, whatever you are doing, GhanaWeb Reporter links you up to the world. The reporter also gives you the opportunity to blog or become a citizen journalist, so you share stories with the rest of the world about cities, music genres, pop culture, tech, politics, etc. Download the GhanaWeb app from the Google Play Store or App Store on your smartphone and open it. Tap on the member button at the bottom of your screen and follow the easy steps to register with your phone number or email, and you are ready to become a reporter.
GhanaWeb Reporter, democratizing journalism and empowering content creators.
Obeka no kre. Nawo susu san kwan bia wanto nam bia e ma ne kwan bebre.
Mommy, you face can see about Kotoso. No, mommy, I cook on Sana. Pepoga, send me sick from Lemonade Finance and let me £10.
Lemonade Finance.
Say they're sending money back home from UK, Canada, and now US. I accepted a instant charges. Exchange waiting so the unbeatable. Resume promo code no Dr. Like USD, nenya £10, $10, and now $10 what first transaction what this send this car coffee, you know, download to Lemon and Finance.
Welcome back from the break. You're still watching GhanaWeb Mundial right here on GhanaWeb TV. We're streaming live on GhanaWeb.com. If you go to YouTube, you can get it on GhanaWeb TV. We've started talking about Morocco as a country. Now they are the beacon of Africa among the final four in the ongoing FIFA World Cup in Qatar. And they come up against the French national team, 2 times champions, on Wednesday in the semi-final 2-game. But before we talk about the semi-finals, real quick, Joseph, Brazil versus Croatia.
Quite a big disappointment.
Quick one, how the final results, were you surprised or you were rooting for Brazil?
I was rooting for Brazil. I was totally surprised. I didn't expect Croatia to go ahead and win the penalties, but definitely they knew their plan just to go to the penalties because they knew their goalkeeper was that good. Alisson Becker is just a disappointment for me. If he knew he couldn't have done better in the penalty shootout, just as he was replaced in the other matches, why didn't he allow?
But it is not up to him to go out. It is up to the
Neymar. I think
handlers.
Neymar too has to be blamed. Captains were taking penalties, and it was just leaving it for a 20-year-old to go and take a penalty. For McQueen also, my goodness. But all the same, they all had maybe their shot on target. Rodriguez had his own on target, and Charlie. It's just a big disappointment. But let's see what Croatia can do. Hopefully, stop their punchy from going ahead to lift the World Cup.
Yeah, Argentina, they survived a scare because after taking a 2-goal lead, they lost their advantage, and then that took the game on penalties.
I think the Argentina-Netherlands game is one of the best games, or I think the game I've enjoyed most in this tournament so far. Argentina themselves, they've not been convincing throughout the tournament, losing to Saudi Arabia. Their best game came against Poland, and even against Poland were defending, so they were able to dominate and then score 2 goals. So their biggest test was against Netherlands, and what went well for them was that the Netherlands were not dangerous up front. Yes, they dominated possession, they had more of the ball, but in the offensive areas, they were lacking ideas until the last minute where Van Gaal threw in Vergot and then De Jong, where he wanted to use long balls and it worked. So it tells you that although Argentina have not been convincing, they got the job done. And I'm really proud of them, looking at their mentality to concede 2 goals in the dire embers of the game. The game traveled to extra time, came back. They dominated the extra time. They could have won in the extra time, but it didn't happen. In the penalty shootout, they had strong mentality.
Emi Martinez.
And then they won. It's not surprising to see Emi Martinez save 2 penalties. He did it against Colombia in the Copa America. He's a goalkeeper who is very good in terms of penalties. And I think the game, we had a lot of issues after the game where people were complaining about the Argentines' attitude and all that, because both teams, I've watched several videos, and I think both teams tried to play on the minds of their players, and Argentina came tall. So I think it's normal that I mean, you try to play mind games in a penalty shootout. But kudos to Argentina. They really deserved the win because they took 2-goal lead, and then Netherlands from nowhere came in, but they managed to pull through. I'm hoping against Croatia it will be a difficult game.
It is coming home. It is coming home, and they've been kicked out. I think probably they are home by now. The Three Lions, 1966 champions, were kicked out by Kylian Mbappe and Olivier Giroud. French national team on Saturday evening. Chouameni scored a fantastic goal.
That's a good goal.
In the first half. Harry Kane scored a penalty to equalize, and then the man, the Chelsea legend, Olivier Giroud.
Olivier Giroud is Chelsea legend.
Olivier Giroud is a Chelsea legend.
The way I'm looking at him.
Winning We won Europa League. He was our top scorer. We won Champions League. He was our top scorer.
Anyhow you want to put it.
What do you need to become a legend again? But in England, they've lost another quarter-final game. And if you check among all the superpowers, they've lost a quarter-final World Cup game than any other country.
Yeah, I think if you look at what they did in 2018 and where they were able to reach in this tournament, you might feel like it's a setback. But for me, they are climbing the ladder. The quality of football between 2018 and now, for me, I think I enjoyed them this time than I did in 2018. They are on the rise. We've seen England go to tournaments. They have all the players, but they don't live up to the hype. They go to the round of 16. They don't play good football. Now, yes, they were eliminated, but I can say that they dominated the French team, and they were the better side. They should have won. They were just unlucky. I doubted Gareth Southgate, but I think in the past 6 years that he's been the Three Lions coach, he's doing an exceptional job that he needs to be commended.
That I think he has done better than
he's done better.
Because if I ask you to mention some of the top coaches you've seen, you mentioned Fabio Capello. He was a disaster.
Fabio Capello, Sam Allardyce, they didn't achieve anything. So I think they shouldn't be in a rush to sack him. They should allow him manage this group because they have the talent. They have the talent right young, now.
Very, very.
And in 2024, they are not far from winning the Euros. That is what they want. That is where the plan ends. So I think they should let him continue. He's still getting the players along, and we are seeing a different England now. Because gone are the days England will be playing, and you will be like, oh, England, they said that and they played in 2010 World Cup with the Lampard, Gerrard, Carrick, name them, but they didn't go anywhere. But now they have the talent and they are progressing. So for me, I think they did very well. They showed that they are a top side. They are not far away from winning a major tournament at all, from what I saw on Saturday.
France seems to be breaking the defending champion curse. They couldn't do it in 2002 after winning in 98. But in 2002, Brazil won, but they were kicked out from the quarterfinal stage by France. 2006, Italy won. They couldn't qualify out of their group in 2010. Spain in 2014. Germany in 2018. But now, the French national team, the curse is no more, and now they are in the final four.
Yeah, because I think that they've maintained a very good side for 4 years ago. They've gotten that experience. Now, when you look at the game against England, if you want to look at it critically, they just scored a 1 goal. Looking at how England would react, England got a penalty. From there onwards, I thought England was going to score a very clear goal. But then again, they went to bed, and Olivier Giroud scored the final goal. Well, Harry Kane, who is going to be added to the list of Asamoah who unfortunately couldn't score that decisive goals. I think that England, Southgate.
Boy, the technique.
No, if you play 2 penalties in the same game, it's really difficult.
No, but see, I understand. Like,
he knew.
Senna or Sabol.
No. He knew that Hugo Lloris will go the right direction. So if you go the right direction, then let me add power.
Yeah.
So
there's one thing about playing a penalty when the game is in motion. If the goalkeeper pummels the ball, there's opportunity for rebound, and that is what I like very much about that. It's not like a penalty shootout when the goalkeeper
saves and then
that's it.
And
for you to send the ball up,
see, I'm saying that but you see, if you check the goal, the penalty again. I'm talking about the technique because
the technique was really.
It sounded like a goal kick more than a penalty.
And I'm saying that. See, in as much as the technique was poor, I feel like after scoring the first penalty in the same game, he knew that he's not going to change the direction.
Anything happens in football, I think we should let it slide, and that is what the English press. Thank God it's not an African or a black player who did that. Definitely, we knew what
he would have been slaughtered.
But for me, I think that England has a good side that they have to maintain. The likes of Saka, Phil Foden, with the exception of Sterling, who I think that you should consider his next move from England. I think the guys are very good, and they have to maintain them for the 2024 Euros, which I think that they can do well, except that they should stop this thing of it's coming home. It goes into the minds of the players.
Sometimes that's where they draw their inspiration.
I don't think they draw their. I've watched England in
yes,
about
it has to come home.
It definitely has to come home. But stop saying it. France are there. France are defending champions. Have you ever heard any French national
everyone has a way to motivate
no, I'm saying that the English, they say it is coming home because they feel, in terms of the pioneers of football, it was them.
Yes.
Do you own the World Cup more than the way Brazil feels?
The thing you don't get is they believe
they
started football.
They started,
so football needs to come home.
England is the home of football.
So they need to win a trophy and bring it home.
Won the AFCON in so many years because you also believe that sometimes it has to come home.
No, it is not.
Then you don't focus.
We know our problems. As for
Ghana,
Ghana,
way I feel like they feel like they are entitled to the.
Of course they are.
Of course they are.
They've invested so much. They have the talent.
The penalties. Yes, still they couldn't score. I feel like England has to stop that thing that is coming home. Let the players be free. Let them play their football. If football it goes for them, they will definitely win a trophy.
All right, then let me take your bite on the semi-final and then with your final words. Argentina versus Croatia.
Definitely going to the Croatia. Me makato say approaching there. Yeah, Messi be fa there. Yeah. And the farmer way friend there. Look at Modric.
Ebeko go there again corner.
But sometimes
Messi,
I didn't ask you about.
But sometimes
I didn't ask you about Argentina, Croatia.
Okay.
You have the floor, Argentina, Croatia.
I think that
I know
Croatia,
I know why you
should
gave
really
me
study the Argentina team. Croatia, they have some good heights, and if they watch the Netherlands match, which I think that would be very crucial, they should be flowing in the crosses. Hopefully, if Otamendi gets some small, slight injury, you stop jumping into the air to clear the balls. Martinez is that short, and I realize that the Argentines lack the ability to create their own chances without Leo, and I think that is where, if Croatia try a lot, they'll be able to defeat them. But in as much as maybe Croatia might want to go through and they don't go through, to be a big heartbreak for Messi if they go to the World Cup final and meet
your prediction?
Well, it's going to be a close one. Maybe Argentina might go through with luck, but in my mind, I want Croatia to go through. But because of football and the fact that some officiating have not gone in favor of the opposing team to Argentina, because anytime Messi is touched, then they feel like he's a golden boy.
You think?
But they don't do the same thing too.
Did you watch the free kick that was given to Netherlands?
No.
Did you also watch the number of
I'm saying
the number of yellow cards that were given to?
If we want to talk about officiating on this show, we are not going to finish.
My friend.
Okay, so you have Joseph Adamafio. He is rooting for Argentina. But
no, I'm not rooting for Argentina. Never. Croatia.
He's rooting for Croatia because of his
agenda.
Okay, Iman, from Argentina's point of view, who would they want to play in the final? Morocco or France?
For it will be difficult.
No, I'm saying that from Argentina's point of view.
Now,
who would they want to play in the final?
It's a difficult question because, one, I'm not an Argentine and I don't work with the Argentina national team.
But you support Lionel Messi.
If you look at their tournament,
but you want Argentina to win.
Coming.
No, I'm coming.
If you look at their tournament,
do you have enough time? Do we have enough time?
Enough time. So
let's go straight to the point.
Regulate it. Relax.
Let me explain my point.
No, I'm asking the questions and you give me the answers.
You
want Argentina to win the World Cup?
Of course.
So I'm asking you, from Argentina's point of view, would you want to meet Morocco in the finals or France?
So I'm saying that
it's a straightforward question.
Not,
you know you are not from Argentina.
It's a straightforward question.
Who do you want?
Let me answer the question.
No. I'm saying that. You've already made your point that you want Argentina.
So you won't let me explain my point.
I don't have time for you to explain. That's what I want you to understand. So I'm saying that.
You don't put me in a tight corner like that.
No, I'm saying that.
You let him go ahead.
I'm saying that. No, I don't have time. That's what I'm saying. You've already made your point that you want Argentina to win the trophy.
Of course.
It means that Argentina is going to qualify ahead of Croatia in the final. So, from Argentina's point of view, who would Argentina want to meet in the finals between France and Morocco?
I think if you look at the two sides, if you are an Argentine, you pray for Morocco to qualify. For sure, because I think if you look at how their tournament has been, the opponents that won't give them too much of a problem offensively will be Morocco. Yes, although they will be living dangerously because of the counter attacks and all that. But if you are talking about a team that Argentina would not want to face in the final,
it will be France.
It will be France.
Yeah, but do you think that the Moroccans will have another motivation factor in them to be able to play the semi-finals and don't think that we've arrived?
Absolutely, because when they reached the quarterfinals, they needed to do something big. That's achieving the semi-final feat. Now they have to take it a notch higher. That's the final. And it's even bigger than the semi-final. So they have a big motivation to play against France. And I think France will suffer a lot because with the game I watched between them and then England, England were able to contain them, even with the back four and not having good defenders who were disciplined and all that. And facing a disciplined side like Morocco, they are going to suffer a lot.
All right, so we heard from Emmanuel Lenin and then Joseph Ni Adamafio, all from the GhanaWeb Sports Decks, as we discuss the quarterfinal results and then we preview the semi-final between Croatia and Argentina and Morocco, France. For me, it's simple. I want France and Argentina in the finals. And Kylian Mbappe, a great final. And Kylian Mbappe to become the second Pele, win the World Cup back-to-back. And the star. I want a painful end to see the trophy again.
What's a generation to be if Kylian Mbappe goes ahead to win the World Cup twice and fails to win maybe the Champions League? We are going to have
I'm saying that
a repetition
as for the Champions League. As for the Champions League, is how many years? 23 or something.
24.
What if they decide not to move from PSG?
He will move. So because I want Mbappe to show the world that I play with Messi in the same thing, but I'm the big boy. My name is Joel Hashem. Thanks to the entire production crew for putting this amazing show together. Until we meet again, it will be on Friday, and probably Friday we'll be previewing the final between Argentina and France.
Are you still searching for the right platform to share your voice, thoughts, and feelings? Then the GhanaWeb Reporter on the GhanaWeb app is the perfect app for you. It is Ghana's only citizen journalism and infotainment platform. Wherever you are, whatever you are doing, GhanaWeb Reporter links you up to the world. The reporter also gives you the opportunity to blog or become a citizen journalist, so you share stories with the rest of the world about cities, music genres, pop culture, tech, politics, etc. Download the GhanaWeb app from the Google Play Store or App Store on your smartphone and open it. Tap on the member button at the bottom of your screen and follow the easy steps to register with your phone number or email, and you are ready to become a reporter.
GhanaWeb Reporter, democratizing journalism and empowering content creators.